All right, we're live. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. I am here today to promote our firm, Pollack, Isaac DeSico. It is officially 9:30 a.m. on January 26, 2021. And if it's 9:30 on 93.5 FM, Squeeze, guess what time it is?
It's Miller time. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not Miller time. It's Miller time is the afternoon. If you're drinking beers at 9:30 on a snowy Tuesday, you got an issue. No, silly goose. It is time for Cruising with the Case Handler, a show by attorneys for you, the people out there, the community that's embraced us for so many years. My name is Adam Handler. I am your boy. I am your case handler. I'm a partner of Pollack, Isaac DeSico. I handle the personal injury cases. With me today, of course, Conrad, the maestro Pollack, the managing partner of the firm, immigration attorney extraordinaire, and Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, a partner of our firm as well. He is a partner in the immigration practice. We're here today to answer your legal questions over the air, over the radio, over Facebook for free, no strings attached. Just post your questions in the comments section or give us a call even during the show. We got to do that, Squeeze. We got to get those live callers in again to talk to the people out there, ask questions, maybe tell them about our experiences with the firm. Let me give out the number a couple of times, because really that's one of the most important components of this show, is really just letting you know how to reach us, how to get in touch with exceptional lawyers that will treat you like family and not just a file. Our phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID Law. PPID are the initials of our firm, Pollack, Isaac DeSico. It's also a way for me to say, hey, I'm down with PPID. It's been almost 6 years. Next week will be 6 years, Conrad, that I've been a partner of this firm, a proud cog in the PPID wheel or gear, whatever you want to call it.
And I may say so, it's been a wonderful 6-year journey.
Right. Hasn't it just been a rosy ride?
Elevated PPID to heights undreamed of 7 years ago.
It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, when you can have...
It's not because you have the time.
What did he say?
And it's not because you have the time.
No. Listen, you used to say to me years ago, Squeeze, everything's funny when you're making...
money,
and everything sucks when you got no
bucks.
Right. And what we've been able to do for our clients over the 6 years, at least that I've been here, is nothing short of extraordinary. We enjoy each other as partners. We enjoy each other as colleagues. We enjoy each other as professionals, and we enjoy each other as friends. And if we have this much fun working together, can you imagine how well we'll work on your case? That truly is the difference. We say it all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Our firm does things very, very differently, right? We enjoy each other. We're all practicing attorneys. We're proud of the legal work we do. This is what we spent so many years studying for. This is what we spent so many years dedicating our lives to, and that's serving the community, particularly serving the immigrant community. And that's what we're just so damn proud of. And with that, I'd like to say good morning to my colleagues, my friends, my partners, Squeeze, Wagwan, and hey, I'm down with PPID. Nelson's down with PPID. The Maestro's down with PPID. Squeeze, are you down with PPID?
Come on. Every day I say it. You know me. I am down with PPID. The big question is, everyone that's tuning into 93.5 WVIP FM, the question is, do they know that for 15 years you've been doing this? Do they know that PPID is a 60-year-old firm? And the question is, are they down with PPID? That is the question. Now, if you want to be down with PPID, simply dial this number now and let it ring. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. Why would you want to be down with PPID? You heard Adam Handler. He's the accident man. He's the personal injury man. He's the case handler. He's the beast. He's the shark. Whenever you get into an accident, you will need that partner at the firm, the case handler at PPID. 844-PPID-LAW. The next reason why you may need a PPID is immigration. Everyone who listens to this station know that they should not be going to any other attorneys, plural, but Conrad Pollacks, the Nelson Madrids, the Andreas, the Alexandra. That's the reason why you should be down with PPID, because you're going to get straightforward, honest help. Call them today at 844-774-3529. You want to get the newsletter ever so often? Email news@ppid.com. Be a part of the newsletter. Find out what Biden is doing. Find out what he's undoing. All right? Find out what he's doing and find out what he's undoing when it comes to immigration. Don't you want to be kept up to date every time something changes with immigration? That's what PPID is doing for you. So email news@ppid.com. And also, big PPID virtual law forum comes your way on Friday, February the 5th. Not this coming Friday, but next Friday, the 5th, a very powerful virtual PPID law forum, which will be on immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, and much more, with a prevalence on immigration. So people, join the forum, all right? Join the forum and, make sure that you, as a matter of fact, you can just go on eventbrite.com, type in PPID, boom, it will pop up. Register for the forum. It's 100% free. Yes, it's 100% free. And remember, on the forum, you will be able to get all your immigration questions answered for free on the forum. So go to eventbrite.com, type in PPID Law Forum, and you can just register there. Or you can just watch us on Facebook, David Squeeze Annakie, PPID, or of course, the case handler. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome the immigration attorneys here. Let me welcome, of course, Nelson Madrid, one of the partner of the firm. Wagwan, Madoops.
Yeah. What's going on? How are you, David?
I'm just following suit with, Adam keeps saying Wagwan, like.
Oh, that's a great shirt, by the way.
Thank you, man. Thank you. This shirt here.
Brilliant minds think alike.
Yes, I know. Great minds think alike. So and thanks to Barack Obama when he went to Jamaica and he picked up the microphone, he said, "Wagwan, Jamaica," which was so funny when he did that. So, but let me say, Wagwan, Conrad.
Good morning. I don't know if I don't want to even risk pronouncing that. So I'm just going to say good morning in good old USA English. I haven't been here in a few days. So I missed you guys.
Too bad.
And also, I haven't had a chance to really expound on what's been going on over the past week so much. There's so much for us to be excited about after Biden's inauguration last week. And when he aggressively rescinded so many of Trump's most damaging immigration actions. It was also, Nelson, you'll agree with me on this, how wonderful it was to wake up on this past Saturday morning, and find that there wasn't any Friday midnight Trump regulation, that they've been doing for the last 4 years. They wait till Friday night to issue the most harmful and just nasty regulations to hurt immigrants or put up further roadblocks to legal immigration. What a nice feeling after 4 nightmare years, huh, Nelson?
Absolutely.
Hey, really, to wake up on a Saturday morning and there's nothing new. It's unbelievable. I forgot what it was like.
It's interesting because, for a lot of people out there, Trump, listen, he was doing this thing for 4 years, but it didn't affect so many people, especially people's business. As immigration attorneys, I can only imagine that you really do feel like the handcuffs have been taken off.
Well, you say it didn't affect too many people. It surely affected the immigrant population.
Sure. Well, that's what I was getting to. I mean, the fact that, it didn't affect personal injury, right? The economy was doing pretty decently. The insurance companies, had some fat pockets and were paying some big money. So I didn't really think the personal injury world was affected. But as immigration attorneys, I would have been extremely frustrated knowing that you have all these clients that should be eligible and are good people and want to adjust their status, but because of these regulations and because of these executive orders, there was really nothing we could do. That must have been very, very, very frustrating for professionals.
It's been a tough 4 years, but and it hasn't even been a week, and Biden has already proposed bold new legislation, which is gonna, if it happens, if it gets through Congress, it's gonna change the immigration system dramatically. But already, through his executive orders that he's just been, I think in the last 5-6 days, whatever it is, he has issued more executive orders than any president in our history. And he's reversed some of the most devastating policies from the past 4 years, including the Muslim and the Africa bans. He rescinded them. And you know, we've been talking about it, arguing, despairing, you know, how Trump basically abused his presidential authority to ban entire countries, entire visa categories, and millions of immigrants from the United States. You know, and look, there's been litigation back and forth, and unfortunately, the Supreme Court upheld the travel ban a couple of years back, which was, you know, it was heartbreaking. But on the other hand, it was heartening to see Biden rescind that ban, just, you know, with the stroke of a pen the other day. That was nice. You know, it's nice to watch him do it. And you know, again, good news.
Great news.
It's just, you know, just the stroke of a pen. He just eliminated the. I mean, that, to me, that was an immoral ban. You know, what he did, banning Muslims, banning all Africans. It was just such a racist, immoral thing to do. And just like that, stroke of a pen, gone.
I have a question actually while we're on the topic of immigration. Adam, does someone's immigration status affect their personal injury case in any way, shape, or form?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you're doing here in the United States. You can be from Mexico or the moon. If you're hurt in New York, you are 100% entitled to monetary compensation. And that goes for everything, not only your pain and suffering and your medical bills, but even your time out of work. We've had cases where we've had people working, you know, undocumented workers that were still able to collect lost wages if they were able to prove a history of employment and they pay their taxes. Of course, you know, you need that tax ID number, but if you're making money off the books, obviously it's difficult to prove. But yes, 100%. And we get those calls all the time. I'm not sure what to do. I'm out of status, or I've got this cousin. She got into an accident 2 weeks ago. She's freaking out. You know, she's out of status. What can you do for us? And ladies and gentlemen, the phone call is free. The consultation is free with respect to the personal injury cases. And then if there's any concerns you have or any involvement with your immigration case at all, who better to go to than Nelson and Conrad and Alan and Alexandra and everybody else here at PPID. You know, that's why it was so important, Nelson, that, you know, I was talking that I moved my practice here 6 years ago. It was so important that, you know, I brought it to a place where immigrants were welcome, that immigrants could be served, because so many of my clients through my 17 plus years of practicing are either immigrants or families of immigrants. And I wanted to make sure that all their cases were be able to handle it under one roof. And that's why, you know, we are here today at Pollack Guys at the Seco, and we're fighting the good fight. And like I said, it's 100. You're 100% entitled to money under the law. And I, you know, as I said a couple weeks ago, we've had trials that have come up. I've been on trial. My client's undocumented, and the attorney, you know, starts asking him on the witness stand. Actually, the woman the last time, asking her on the witness stand. She's from the Philippines. You know, what's your immigration status? I object. The judge goes absolutely nuts, clears the courtroom, starts berating the attorney, saying that that kind of question has no place in her courtroom. I thought it was going to be a mistrial. We wound up getting over $800,000 in the case. But yes, it is a fact that you can recover money regardless of, you know, what your status here in the United States.
Let me ask you another question, Adam. And you know, it's funny. I've seen this type of commercial. What advice would you have for someone who was actually hurt on the job, whose employer says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll cover them. You know, I'll cover your medical bills. I'll cover everything." Yeah.
There's an expression, you do you, right? You got to take care of yourself. I've had that situation. Somebody calls, says, I got into an accident, but at work, my job said they're going to pay my medical bills and my time out of work. You know, that usually lasts about 1 week. And then they find a replacement for you, and they drop you like a bad habit. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your family. You cannot rely on other people to do the right thing. You know, not everybody is as generous and driven to serve, you know, humans as we are here at PPID. And I generally find that is an absolute scam just to avoid you from filing a claim. You're entitled to workers' compensation. If you're hurt on the job, that's why there's insurance. You file a claim, you take care of yourself, because nobody else will. Trust me.
Wow. Good question there, Nelson, man. Nelson, you should fill in for me, man. When I take vacation, when I take vacation, you can fill in for me, man. You got it.
I think, these are questions I imagine a lot of people
Absolutely.
have. And I think these are all pertinent, just to what we do. And obviously, I think information is power. And I think for anyone listening, obviously this should put them at ease. And, again, if it's a question that they have and they just haven't asked, I think it's good information. So thank you, Adam.
Yeah, no, listen, the point of this show really is just to let you folks know out there, who we are and what we do. We're exceptional attorneys. We're here when you need us. Hopefully you never do, but if you do, you got to make an important decision. You got to, really think it through as to what kind of attorney, what kind of individual do you want representing you and your family for what could be most likely your one and only opportunity for justice in this country.
Absolutely.
And by the way, today is Testimonial Tuesday.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a bit. We'll get that to a little bit. I see some immigration questions actually coming in through Facebook. Looks like Betty Foster posting some stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, listening on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. Thank you for your loyalty over my 15 plus years broadcasting on this radio station. You're the community that's embraced me. It's the community that I and PPID have embraced back. Go one step further. Check us out on social media. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Check out the Case Handler. Check out PPID. Be connected to our practice. Be connected to lawyers that do things very, very differently. Lawyers that care and want to serve the community.
Definitely true. Thank you, gentlemen. Once again, folks, you heard the voices of the top attorneys at the firm PPID. We've got the managing partner, Conrad Pollack. We've got Nelson Madrid, one of the partners. And we've got also, of course, Adam Handler, another partner. All partners here today. A powerful radio show, a powerful Facebook show. And of course, now is the time to get your questions in. I'm going to the questions on Facebook. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, everyone that's out there, I want to take 30 seconds out here, attorneys. Everyone that's out here or out there, do me a favor. You will one day need the number of an exceptional, excellent law firm. One day you will need that number. At some point in our life, we will need an attorney. You have a full service law firm, PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Dial the number, store the number. So when you need the number of a law firm, you can put PPID law firm in your phone. One call, that's all you need, to 844-774-3529. Dial the number, let it ring 15 to 20 seconds. So this way the attorney Adam Handler, Conrad Pollack, and Nelson Madrid can see that you actually stored the number for future use. 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. I am David Squeeze Annakie, CEO of the Link Up Media Group of Companies, and I do endorse the PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico law firm. Let's go to the first question on Facebook.
Before you get to the question, Squeeze, I mean, you guys mentioned all the reasons that we're here and why people tune in, but let's not forget also, again, because so many things have been happening these last 4 years, and particularly last week, it's to provide information. Not, a lot of the information that we're providing is not easily accessible unless you go scouring the internet to find stuff. So there's a lot of information, and usually it's the general Alan Kay who's providing this info. But since he's sleeping late today, he left it incumbent on me to take over his role and provide updates on what's going on. And one thing that's important that I wanted to mention. These visa bans, the travel bans that are still, the Muslim and the African travel ban were lifted, those were just racist policies, try to keep America white again as opposed to keep America great again. But the immigrant travel bans are still in existence. Trump, on the last day of December this past year, extended them. It was one of the last things he did before the year was out. So if you are applying for your green card, or you're trying to bring your brother or your adult son or daughter. Those bans are still in existence, and they're going to continue until March 31st, unless Biden eliminates them in advance.
You say he may just leave them. He may just leave that.
Well, I was just going to say there is
right?
a group of individuals who have been barred from obtaining their green cards, recently brought a lawsuit in federal court urging the Biden administration to rescind the ban and resume visa processing. Hasn't happened yet. I mean, this is recent. This is just in the past week or so. This lawsuit is urging Biden to rescind the bans rather than wait till March 31st to allow them to lapse. Don't know what's going to be there, but it's something that we'll keep track of and we'll let everybody know. But on the other hand, a lot of good stuff, as I was saying, just to run down the various things that have happened just since Wednesday. Biden revoked the Muslim and the African travel bans, like I said. Excuse me. There's also been a 100-day pause on deportations, rescissions. He basically rescinded. There was a Trump order back in 2017, January 2017, I think it was, Nelson, announcing all-out enforcement. No prioritization. They were just basically going to round up everybody they could, whether the guy was a criminal or whether he was a dishwasher, and move him out. There is now a 100-day pause on deportations, and that order by Trump was rescinded. Also, if everyone remembers out there, Trump, I don't know when it was, a year or two ago, he declared a national emergency at the southern border. And by doing that, he was able to take funds from other authorized activities by Congress and take that money and use it to build his wall. That ended. Biden basically declared an executive order the end of that national emergency, which never really existed in the first place. He also halted border wall construction. So whatever was going on, and the Trump administration, by the way, entered into all kinds of deals with these construction companies before he left office to try to force Biden's hand to keep the wall going, to keep it being built. Biden issued an order halting all wall construction. Also, another order was to preserve and fortify the DACA initiative. It's not law yet, although it's certainly safe for the next 4 years while Biden's in office. Hopefully it'll become law during this period of time. But everybody out there, whatever it is, 700, 800,000 people that have been granted DACA benefits, they're safe at least for the next 4 years. He also suspended the migrant protection protocols. What that is basically everybody applying for political asylum, refugees coming from South America or wherever, trying to escape whatever fears they might have from their countries. Those people were put in, they weren't allowed to enter the United States as they had been previously. Basically, Trump's policy, I should say Stephen Miller's policy, called the Migrant Protection Protocols, MPP, was to force them to stay in Mexico, in these ghettos, in these camps, in these really dangerous areas, basically as a way of dissuading them from applying for asylum, because it was probably more dangerous for them to stay in these camps than it was for them to go back to their countries. Anyway, that's been suspended. He's also extended deferred enforced departure for Liberians for 1.5 years. Trump had ended it. Liberians, there was a civil war back a couple of years back, and Liberians coming to the United States to escape that war were allowed to stay here. Trump ended it. Biden has now extended it for another 1.5 years. Another good one. Trump had tried to exclude non-citizens from the census count, which has to do with apportionment of congressional representatives, basically contravening the Constitution, which says every person should be counted. It doesn't say every legal citizen or every person legally in the United States should be counted. It says every person should be counted. Trump tried to get around that. Biden ended it. So everybody will be included in the census count, and therefore apportionment of congressional representatives will be done accurately, accounting for everybody in their districts, not just citizens. Also, he ordered a review of any pending regulatory actions for possible withdrawal and delay of the effective dates of those regulations. The Trump administration, before they left, they tried to implement as many different regulations and orders as they could to tie Biden's hands. He basically put a stop to all of it. So that, in a nutshell, accounts for the various 6 days of immigration actions that Biden has taken. So a lot of stuff he's done in less than a week. Good news.
Absolutely.
All good news.
Thanks for that update. Wonderful update. Once again, folks, all this information that the managing partner, Conrad Pollack, is giving us, you can get this in a newsletter every month, multiple times for the month. Very important. Every one of you out there, you need to get immigration updates, especially if you're seeking immigration benefits. And the firm is Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, PPID. So just email news@ppid.com. That's news@ppid.com. Or just go to Eventbrite and type in PPID Law Forum to be a part of the forum next week, Friday the 5th at 6 p.m. on Zoom via Eventbrite. Just go to eventbrite.com, type in PPID Law Forum and register. It's free, 100% free. Immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, real estate law, and more, family law, and more. So make sure you link up. All right, with that said.
Also, we haven't even talked about the proposed new legislation that's about to be brought to Congress, which is going to change the immigration system dramatically if it happens. Yeah, there's not enough time here to go into that. We'll talk about that.
We'll have enough time next week because it may be more than 1 hour.
We'll be talking about it, all of this stuff for a while now. Again, you know, as I've been saying, the Trump administration pulled up the welcome mat for immigrants coming to the United States. The Biden administration has put that welcome mat back down in front and at the front door, saying basically, hey, you're welcome here. We appreciate your contributions. We appreciate all the positive things that you bring to the United States. Come on, you know, come in the right way, do the right thing. Let's see what you have to offer, but you're welcome. So
just before top of the hour, let's just jump into Testimonial Tuesday real quick. Squeeze, you know, give me the co-host sharing.
Absolutely. And once again, folks, you're in tune to, of course, Cruising with a Case Handler. Please make sure you check us out each and every single weekday right here, of course, with Adam Handler and, of course, you know, Nelson Madrid and Conrad Pollack. Here you go. There you are. You are co-host. Let's jump.
Great. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, listening on 93.5 FM. Like I said, if you can go one step further and check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, check out the Case Handler, check out PPID. You'll be connected to our practice. Those of you watching live on Facebook right now, you're already down with PPID. So thank you so much. Let's just get to this real quick one. You know, it was an important case. I still am not able to share my screen, my friend. So you got to do that for me, Squeeze. We only got a couple minutes left.
No, you got it, man. Yeah, you are cool. Hold on. I made someone else co-host. There you go.
All right. Thank you so much. Real quick, I want to get to this because it's an important case. Case that we didn't highlight when the case first settled. We wanted to protect the privacy of our client, but finally he was ready to tell his story. Squeeze, you'll like this one because it's about a construction accident, which we like discussing, and of course,
I love talking construction accidents, man, because you're the man with that.
Just read that quote for me if you don't mind.
Adam Handler, the case handler, is my guy. He did a lot for me. Ian from Long Island City, New York.
You ready for this?
Yeah. $1.5 million?
Oh yeah, baby. $1.5 million, a construction accident. This is a crazy,
like a lotto guy and not a crazy Eddie guy.
This is a crazy story. You know, Ian was working on a new construction in Long Island City, in a hotel. They were building a hotel. So much going on in Long Island City these days. Working in an elevator shaft. Nobody was supposed to be working above him. The job was falling behind. The foreman directed half the team to work above Ian. His coworker is hitting a sledgehammer, breaking up some concrete and some forms that were used to build the structure. The sledgehammer breaks. The head of the sledgehammer falls 10 feet down, knocks into Ian's shoulder, knocks him off the ladder, right? $1.5 million, got his medical bills paid, his time out of work paid. He went through a very, very difficult time for several years, had a surgery, but has definitely made a very good recoveries on the mend. $1.5 million for a construction accident. That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the case handler does. That's what PPID does. $1.5 million tax-free for Ian to get his life back together. A case that deserves even more attention than we're giving right now, but something very, very interesting that I thought we should share before the top of the hour. And you hear God knows what. 844-774-3529. I wanted to get that number in before we hit the top of the hour. 844
844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to remind you, the top of the hour spots have nothing to do with this show, all right, except when you hear Adam's voice. So make sure you choose PPID. 844-774-3529. Choose your weapons carefully.
It's 10 o'clock.
All right.
I like that. Choose your weapons carefully.
Yes, had to, of course, disclaim that. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the show is about personal injury and immigration. You're getting a lot of information here. If you're now on Facebook, please share in groups. Please share on pages, especially the email address news@ppid for the newsletter, and also for the major PPID virtual law forum, which comes your way on Friday, February the 5th at 6 p.m. Bring all your questions, send the link to everybody, join the conversation. All right, you will get your questions answered for free in that town forum meeting. Call it whatever you want to call it. I call it the PPID virtual law forum. With that said, we've got quite a few questions today. Gentlemen, as we would say in the streets, read them up. All right. All right, let's go to it for immigration. First question, can you file for someone if you owe the IRS? That's from Betty.
You may have an issue with the Declaration of Self-Sufficiency. You know, obviously, again, anytime you petition for someone, you have to show that that person is likely not to be a public charge. You know, that may be an issue.
Okay. So, and by the way, Betty, for cases like this, I say just about every immigration case you have, call the law firm first. At least get yourself a consultation. Very, very important. Okay. You will, I guarantee, get a discounted consultation. So just call the law firm, speak with Nelson, speak with Conrad, speak with Andrea or Alex, you know, and they'll answer your questions. And also, you know, I think you should retain them. 844-774-3529. Yes, Nelson.
You know, it's again, a lot of these questions, you need more facts in order to properly answer the question. You know, how much does she owe? Has she been in compliance with the payment plan? How much does she make? How many people does she declare as dependents? You need more information. And obviously, I don't have all of that information at the moment.
Got you. All right. So once again, Nelson Madrid, folks, we call him the Maverick. Make sure you link him up. 844-PPID law. That's the number. Let's go to another question on Facebook here directly. It says here, good morning. How long will it take a permanent resident mother to file for her unmarried adult child?
That's an F2B case. That's the immigrant visa category, F2B. There's a visa bulletin that comes out every month, which gives the dates that they're working on. F2B right now, you had to file your case before July 8th, 2015. So roughly 6 years right now, roughly 6 years.
Approximately 6 years. And once again, folks, thank you all for watching us on Facebook. Remember to share. All right. The number to call PPID at is 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID law. Here's one from the USA Immigration Link group that we have. It says here, my I-130 was approved on the 25th of November, 2020. The I-797 said my case would be sent to the NVC and they in turn would send me a correspondence welcoming me within 30 days. I should contact them and I did. And NVC told me that my case haven't been sent to them, and I should inquire again within another 30 days. Once again, reading verbatim.
So, you know, again, this whoever prepared your application is really who you should be asking this question to. That if that case should have gone to the NVC, the I-130 should have noted that that should be transferred to the NVC. If that was not done, you're going to have to file another application to transfer it over to the NVC. You know,
it hasn't been that long. What he said, mid-November was approved. It's 2 months.
Right.
It's not unusual.
But again, there is a question on the form that asks whether that person will be either consular processing or adjusting inside of the United States. Depending on what was checked is going to determine where that application actually goes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Another question here. Once again, the phone number being 844-774-3529, 429. I think, I don't know if you guys, if this is too vague. This one says, what documents are needed for proof of U.S. domicile?
A lease, a letter from your landlord, a deed. You know, it all depends on what your situation is. Do you
Utility
own? Do you
bill.
rent?
Utility bill, telephone bills, cable bills.
Okay. Or you hire the firm and they'll do it all for you, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know.
The question I would have is, what is he trying to prove? I mean, he's proving
Right.
himself for what reason? I'm assuming he's applying for citizenship, and and the immigration might be questioning whether he's actually living in New York, because you have to live in the state that you apply for at least 6 months before you apply.
Okay. All right. That's from Nelson and Conrad there. 844 PPID law. Here's another question. My daughter went to the United States on a student visa in May 2019 and completed an associate degree. While there, she met and married a classmate. He's from a different religion. However, at the time, he didn't seem to pose a problem until his family found out about the marriage. He has since abandoned my daughter, and she doesn't know where he is. She has recently filed for divorce, but is unsure and anxious as to exactly how to proceed as her 2-year residency expires this year. How exactly should she proceed if she wants to continue living in the US? And can she apply on her own for a 10-year residency?
So, you know, again, we would need more information, but she might be eligible for VAWA. And of course, that would depend on the circumstances of her relationship with her husband.
Nelson, based on the question, it didn't sound like there was any abuse. It sounds like the husband.
Well, well, Conrad, also, you know, people, you know, you see.
Abandonment, you're saying?
That's right.
Alone is not going to get her a VAWA.
I understand, and I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it will, but again, the question, it's a 5-second question. You need to sit down and you need to get more facts. You need to flush out more facts. You know, typically, Squeeze, you know, Conrad makes fun of me, but my consultations tend to be extremely long, right? Why? Because the way I look at it is, you know, a lot of people, when they meet an attorney, are somewhat skeptical to share private, intimate, and personal details about any relationship. So you gotta, you know, speak with the person, have them feel comfortable before they start sharing a lot of things that they're maybe not comfortable sharing or that they haven't shared with anyone else. Mm-hmm. So when I said VAWA, again, this is off the top of my head, right? This would allow her. Now, another
options in there.
Another option would be she could file the 751 under an exemption, right, and demonstrate that it was a real marriage.
Wait,
and demonstrate.
She didn't even mention that they applied for the green card. Did they? Did they apply?
Yes.
Yes. Said her 2-year residency expires this year, whatever that means.
Right. So she could file under an exemption, but she would still have to prove that the marriage was a real marriage at the time she entered into the marriage, that she actually lived with this person, you know, that they commingled funds, that they lived together. She's also
going to need that divorce to be completed before she files for the permanent card.
I think she needs an attorney.
She sure does. She's doing this herself, you know, and a lot of people do try to do this type of thing themselves and try to get the permanent residence and do the divorce and the interim and all. And when it goes south, guess what happens? They get put into removal proceedings, and then it becomes a pretty serious issue.
And just to add, David, we have done this type of case many times. Unfortunately, it's actually a lot more common than most people realize or most people know. You know, as Conrad said, in situations like this, we actually do handle the divorce, and then we help the person remove the conditions to become a permanent resident.
Yeah, but immigration is not going to act on her petition to remove the conditional basis until that divorce is completed. So hopefully she's got somebody doing that divorce who's competent, who's going to get it done quickly.
Well, that's something that you guys can do also, right?
It is.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you guys can handle divorces also. Once again, folks, Pollack, Isom & Seco, that's the name of the law firm in New York City at 225 Broadway on the 3rd floor with offices also in Peekskill and Brooklyn. Call them today at 844-774-3529. You can hear how, of course, experienced the attorneys are on immigration and on personal injury. Another question here quickly. I'm getting married in May, and I'm currently an F1 student already in the States studying nursing. I entered the US almost 3 years ago with a J1, went over to a F1, and now we have to switch to a green card after we get married. How long after you are married do you apply?
You could apply the same day. You get married Monday morning, you could apply to Monday afternoon. But I have questions there. She had a J1. J1s are frequently subject to a 2-year foreign residence requirement, meaning she'd have to leave the country for 2 years before she could do anything to change her status. That doesn't apply to changing to a student, which is why she might have been able to apply to change to a student. But getting married, applying for the green card, if she's subject to that 2-year foreign residence requirement, she is not going to be approved for that green card until she's out of the country for 2 years or she gets a waiver.
Gotcha. Once again, folks, Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration law, 844-774-3529. Final question. PD is October 1991, category F3. My police clearance is set to expire. I received a message telling me that I have to renew so that it will not cause delay with the interview. My question is, do I have to just bring the renewed copy during the interview? Because there's no way to upload at CEAC website as it already marked accepted.
She filed when?
It says October 1991. No, it says priority date is October 1991. Category.
She filed her case in 1991. Does she say where she's from? Why would it doesn't take 30 years to get a green card in that category?
Yeah, it's,
say where she's from?
No, it doesn't say. I have to renew.
Maybe the only people that take that long, possibly from Mexico, but otherwise, a case like that shouldn't take more than 10, 12 years, unless maybe she did it herself and who knows what happened. But those cases are subject to the travel ban. There's nothing she could do right now.
Gotcha. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Cruising with a Case Handler, a powerful show on personal injury and immigration. We're about to conclude the show, but before we conclude the show, I would like to ask everyone out there to dial the number, store the number for a full service law firm. And that is Pollack, Isaac, and Lesico. That's the name you see on the screen behind Adam Handler right there. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. The other direction, Adam. 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPIDLAW. I need for everyone also to share the link with everyone. All right. Also follow PPID, follow the Case Handler, follow yours truly, David Squeeze Annakie. Email also, of course, ladies and gentlemen, news@ppid.com. That's news@ppid.com. And remember, Friday, February 5th, 6 p.m., join the conversation of the PPID Virtual Law Forum by going to eventbrite.com, the link that you see in your Facebook right there. Click on it, register for it. It's 100% free. Bring all your questions on immigration, on personal injury, criminal defense. Many people have questions, real estate law, family law. Bring those questions. We will be answering them in the forum come Friday, February 5th at 6 p.m. on 93.5 and yes, via Zoom. And you will be a part of it. Bring all your questions.
I'm sorry. I'm glad you mentioned that because, again, it's not just going to be about immigration, although I'm sure a lot of our time will be taken up with immigration questions. We have everybody, all the different lawyers from our firm, from the various departments of our firm coming and attending. So if you have a question about the current status in New York about eviction law, you can ask that question and get answers. If you are drawing up a will, unfortunately, there's been a lot of demand for wills because of what's been going on with COVID and so on. If you have a question about a will, creating a will or a will that already exists and what your rights are under that will or what you're entitled to, this is a time you can ask questions of an expert in that area. So it's not just going to be about immigration. If you have a criminal issue or you have a relative with a criminal issue, this is a time you get some free information that might help you going forward. So definitely tune in.
Definitely. And once again, folks, for more information on that, email news@ppid.com, or of course, follow one of the pages, Pollack, Isaac, and Lesico, that's PPID, or the Case Handler, and yours truly, David Squeeze Annakie's page. Make sure you check us out tomorrow morning, 9:30 again, 93.5 FM New York time. And we will talk more on immigration and on personal injury. It's been a great show. Remember, the number is important. Personal injury, immigration, 844-PPID-LAW. Thank you all so much for watching and sharing. On behalf of Nelson Madrid, Conrad Pollack, and the pilot himself, Adam Handler, we're out. Thank you so much.